He's with Ave Maria Press. He has authored many of the textbooks that they have with Adolescent Catechesis. And how long you been working for Ave Maria?
I've been there 27 years.
Wow.
Been in publishing about 35 years.
Okay.
And I was a youth minister at one point, so
Okay.
DRE, the whole thing, but that's a long, long time ago.
Sure.
But anyway, I thought I'd just share with you guys the 3 areas that I kind of garnered from that letter that you attached.
Okay.
What we might have for you for youth ministry, confirmation preparation. That's really the only sacrament preparation we have, and then also RCIA and some additional adult ed resources. So the first book is Catholic Essentials. I did author it. It's a book we intend for youth ministry. It's based on the USCCB framework. So the 6 required courses that are taught usually in Catholic high schools, each chapter of this book is related to one of those courses. So it's a kind of an abridged formula that a parish kid would be able to receive the scope of that, of the sequence and the curriculum that the rest of the kids are getting in Catholic high schools. It's pictured here in 3 colors, but it's just the same book. So it's one book that they'd buy, and then it could be discussed. I know you guys are like everybody else going digitally for the semester, so it could be discussed in several ways online. I put a link here to our website. So there's the book, and then there's several classroom resources that go with it. So these are all here. Can you still hear me? So if you can not hear me, let me know. But if these are some of the resources that go with that Catholic Essentials, there's some, for example, some apologetic questions that are listed in the book, and these answers were approved by the USCCB. So teachers could or youth ministers could refer back to those and get the correct answers. There's crossword puzzles. There's handouts. This is basically learning management instructions that, or in general, to set up something like that. I see the link is not working, but.
Let me just stop you real quick, Mike. Are you
Yeah,
sharing
sure.
your screen right now?
I am.
Okay. All I see is you. Does everyone else just see him?
Wow.
Same,
Okay. Let me try it again.
Okay.
Did you ever see anything except me?
Just you.
All right. Let's try this again.
Okay.
I'm seeing the screen. Let's see. Anything now?
No, it's just you.
Wow. Okay. Let me
So I've got
share.
it set.
Oh, share. How about that?
There it goes.
My bad.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
No problem.
Let me go back to the beginning. So yeah, this is Catholic Essentials, the book. And as I mentioned, that's why I said 3 colors. The covers are different, but it's just one book. And then let me try these links again. So on our website, and these are all free to use, this is the description of the book, but if you go to the classroom resource section, there's a list of things that are available. There's PowerPoints, there's, this is the first one that I mentioned, that in the book, there's apologetic questions, and the answers are here for the catechist to refer back to. If there's anything else you want to see, I could click on it. There's PowerPoints to use, review questions that are in the book, and then answers are provided as well. There's some tests, that can be used that go for each chapter, and then test answers. So there's several online things, digital things you could use with that book. And
now, make sure that anybody has any questions, don't be afraid to
yeah, no doubt.
Bring some things up to Michael. He'd be happy to answer those questions.
Sure would. I think the book is, I don't know the price, but I think it's like $19.95. It might be more. I shouldn't say the price, but it was on that link that I gave you. And then also, this is on our website. I want to click on this. We have books that are used, and these books in general are used for Catholic high schools, so I'm not trying to pitch these textbooks to you, But I am going to tell you that for each of these books, we have several other online resources that are available to anybody. So these are the books, course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, History of the Church. So I'll just pick one. I'll pick History of the Church. So if you're doing anything, any catechetical lessons with the kids around church history, we have lots of stuff available that some are related more directly to the textbook, but some are just general use things. I know should be some videos on here somewhere. I'm looking for those. Yeah, down here at the bottom. So for each of our chapters, we have YouTube videos that are around certain points. So the first one here is on Pentecost, and they usually have a little breakdown on the focus of the film. They are connected with some of the text pages, but generally you can use them without the book as well. So there's some discussion questions that go with it. So there's that.
I got a question from one of the people. What grade level is Catholic Essentials?
Catholic Essentials is about 9th, 10th, but we've had 7th and 8th graders using it as well. And we've had juniors and seniors use it too, but I'd say it was written, the reading level is about 10th grade.
All right.
So again, for each of the books in our series, all these books down here, we have the same type of videos that go with them, same type of resources that go with them, including videos. Also mention, I'm looking at this thing down here. We've started to take some trade books trade books meaning books we sell to the adult market. This is an apologetic book by Brandon Vaught, Word on Fire, and we prepared teacher resources, catechetical resources that go with that book. Those are free to download. So this is kind of based on, for, again, an apologetic text, very good writer on why people should remain and become Catholic. And then that goes along with it, we've got
this webinar I'm watching on Ave Maria Press. They have they're showing all these books and stuff that right now are high school, but he's going to talk about RCIA and stuff on this webinar.
Yeah, correct.
Let me ask, who was that now, just speaking now?
That was Susan.
All right. I don't think she meant to say that to us. I think she was talking to somebody.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I kind of
Okay.
garnered that. Yeah,
No problem. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
If you want to mute your microphone while you have another conversation, that's fine too.
So anyway, we have trade books and we have all these resources that go with them. If you're, interested in using those with the students, we also have another one on faith and science, which is an important topic now. It's just a regular trade book, but it has all kinds of extra resources, quizzes, PowerPoints, teacher resource guide to help explain the material to the students. These are a little more manageable for parish catechesis in high school or junior high than a full textbook that's usually used in a Catholic high school. And then let me go back here. So those are the resources. And again, if you go to our website, you can click on those and you can gain access to them. Also wanted to mention that tomorrow's the launch date for our new website. So things will hopefully be even more efficient, and we'll be able to offer more options once that's up and running. Okay,
Michael, I remember several years ago you had alternative lesson plans for catechetical formation in parishes. Do you still do that?
For catechetical formation. So who would that be for?
That would be for your once a week catechesis in parishes.
Yeah, so we did on our a previous series.
Okay.
We had adaptations for those larger textbooks. We've kind of went to the model of Catholic Essentials being something that could be in the hands of students rather than, again, we weren't having, there's not many parishes that were buying the full textbook series for their, especially a youth ministry program. So that's kind of the model that we went to.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. As far as confirmation preparation, we have Send Out Your Spirit, and it's a reference book, so it's a little different than some. It's kind of found its niche over the years. It's basically a desk reference for kids that are preparing for confirmation. So it was the first book that went to the USCCB for approval for conformity with the Catechism when the protocols first came out. And for that reason, at the time, and it turned out to be a good suggestion from the bishops, they asked that all the essential material be in the candidate book. Sometimes, you know, that in a lot of confirmation programs, the meaty materials in the leader's manual and or in a sponsor program, well, they wanted things to be in the candidate book. They've since kind of backed off that a little bit, but I think this is why it's found a niche over 10 or 15 years. It's been revised a couple different times. The components with it, it does have a sponsor book. I think it's $1.95, and then a candidate book that's somewhere around $10 or $11, and then and one leader's guide that's probably around $20. And then with this is the way it's organized. So you're getting the kid is getting a real feel for some kind of a overview of the faith when they go through this material. So they begin with a talk about initiation in the first chapter. So the sequence of the initiation chapters is discussed, kind of the history of initiation in the church. That's why I have that in red. And then there's they spend a couple of weeks, and this is basically designed as immediate preparation for confirmation. So probably over a course of about 6 months prior to the sacrament, reception of the sacrament. So then you're getting general topics, kind of an overview of the faith, God, Jesus, Scripture, church, morality, and social justice. Then as you get right near the time of the sacrament, you return to lessons about the sacraments themselves, and how confirmation fits in with all 7 sacraments, and then a lesson on confirmation itself, the effects of the sacrament, the rite of the sacrament, and the Holy Spirit's role in the sacrament. So that's in the 9th lesson. And then I put in green your Christian vocation, because in the leader's guide and the way the course is set up, we have kind of a period of time where a mystagogy type thing, where the kids would come back after they've received the sacrament, and you can feed them into your other programming at that point, talk about their general Christian vocation. And there's a little bit about marriage, priesthood, religious life, single life in that last unit. Also the online, we're just about to offer an online version of that, probably a PDF document that parishes could buy and then reproduce for their students. And that'll probably be around, they sell them as licensing, and so I'm really bad on the prices. I don't know what that would be, but it'd probably be cheaper than the textbook. As far as online resources, when we move to our new website, we're planning to add some sacrament specific ones that go with confirmation to this, but we have several already that from our other textbooks that match up with this, including some of those YouTube videos that I referenced earlier with some of the other books that we could just move over to this one. Because, you know, this is all new to us now, sacrament prep, doing it remotely and stuff. So we're trying to adapt as fast as we can, like you guys. So that's confirmation. Then I've got added some resources for RCIA here. Our most popular one over the years, over about 20 years, is This Is Our Faith. It was just revised last year again. And it's an adult overview of the faith. It's based around the 4 pillars of the Catechism. It's question and answer format, so an apologetic bent, has discussion questions at the end of each chapter. And it's been used quite a bit in RCIA processes over the years, especially with probably the meeting that's during the week, not the one that's connected with the Sunday liturgy. This isn't connected with the Sunday readings, but it's more of an overview of the faith. And put some links here. So let me see what I put on here. So there's that. Looks like it's $16.95. There's a smaller version of it too, called the Seeker's Catechism, that's right below it, also written by the same author. And then there's other resources that we have for adult learning that could be used in connection with RCIA, definitely with other forms of adult ed. But the one I wanted to talk about here is this one. It's these are you get a PDF license for these colored documents, in color documents, for color, on several different topics. I can see some on the side there. So there's some on prayer, on the, I think on the Our Father. There's one, and these are things that you can see in the description. You could, some parishes put them in their bulletin, but it's definitely something that you can hand out and use as a lesson in adult ed, and including RCIA.
Excuse me, Mike, those resources might be good, almost like inserts or something, even for adult confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no doubt. Yeah, and it's a good deal. I think it's, I'm always looking at price, you know, because I came from your world, and that's an important thing. I think they're $8.95, and you get the rights to make copies of them. So it's not a bad deal. What else do I have here? And then, oh yeah, the last thing really is this, it's a new program that we have called Ave Explorers, and there's several different topics with it. You can see a couple of them. So we've started just a few weeks ago. Dignity of Human Life was a recent one. And each of these has videos, articles, resources, and such that podcast. And you can see here on the right side some of the people that have been included in the last few weeks. Katie Prejean, McGrady, Katie, I think that's the way it goes in order, her names. She's the moderator for the series, of course, well known in youth ministry world. And so those are another thing to check out. And I believe it's pretty much free to use. They probably are trying to tie a book in with some of those, but I think you can get a good start by just using what's up here offered and available online.
Those who participated in NCCL Witness, you'll recognize her. She was the MC.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's really all I had for you guys. That's my information. I think originally Paul went through Bob Winnicky, who's our curriculum marketing manager. We have a parish person too, but I just put our contacts. You're more than welcome to contact either one of us. As I notice here, the 800 number is probably not the best way at this point. I can tell you my number. I'll go real slow. If you need to reach me in the next month, I'm still working at home, but it's 574-298-9912. 574-298-9912. I'd be glad to talk to you on the phone that way, and I can always get you in touch with anybody else in our company that could help you even more than me. So that's really all I have. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them if I can. And I think that one of the best pieces of advice for looking for resources from Ave Maria Press is to really wait till tomorrow when the new website goes live sometime in the afternoon, and just take a little bit of time exploring it. You're going to find a lot of things that are free to use, and then some that demand, buying a resource that goes with them. And I think one of the things I didn't mention on there, we have a blog called Engaging Faith that has like about 400 different youth ministry type activities. And if you see if I can go back here and find that, I can sure do that. So tomorrow will be in a different place, but this is it right here. So you can see the topics here on the right side. These are all short lessons, and a lot of these are designed specifically for parish use. When schools use them, they typically use them as icebreakers early in the class period. So, and there's one category on icebreakers, but many there's just short lessons. I'll click on prayer. So here's some of the topics there that you can see. And again, these are all free to use. Anybody can go in there and find them. Most of them have links that go with them. There's a guided meditation that you can pull, and this is something that the leader would read to a group of students, and giving them places to pause and sit quietly and that kind of thing. So anyway, that's my recommendation, is for you tomorrow to take a look at our website and just give you back to that page there, and to see what we have, and if there's any questions, to get a hold of us.
Mhm. So do you have any resources? Because one of the options we're looking at is family-based. And I know a lot of your primary grades, there's a lot more resources regarding that. But do you have anything regarding that with parents and teens?
Parents and teens. Well, there are panels within the leader's book for ways to reach out to parents. We have a sexuality program that has a parental component to it. It's called Sex and the Teenager. We don't actually have a lot of things for programmatically for younger students. We're focused on basically on high school students and some junior high.
Sure.
So, but within our trade line of books, there's lots of books written for moms, dads, especially moms, and then family resources, how to pray with your family, those types of things.
Sure.
And that's for the younger children.
Okay.
Mike, as you speak to other parish leaders and diocesan leaders around the country, different areas, what do you find? Like, are some more successful that you find navigating through this time than others? What do you think? What do you think their strength is that's helping them adapt more than others?
Yeah,
you get a broader view on that than we do, and if you don't,
I do, but again, I have to say mainly with Catholic high schools. So, just like just about everybody else in March, they went to digital learning, and they've had some success. There's, I think, a lot of the times the theology class gets pushed aside even when the kids are in school. And then now with these other, with this thing going on, we found a lot of schools kind of cutting back from, 5 days a week to 2 or 3 days a week for religion. And as the kids, were trying to get caught up with math and all these other things they had to get done before the end of the year. I think teachers, some were overwhelmed a little bit by, transitioning over. I thought that as time went on, the technology of it got a lot smoother. I think they're preparing now for kind of a hybrid start to the school year. We're hearing summer kids are going to come 2-3 days a week, where another shift will come the other 2-3. They're planning to start digitally and then move to, face-to-face in October if possible. But then there's probably, I think, a majority, they're going to start the school year face-to-face and see where it goes. So we've been trying to add as many digital, some of those things that I showed you, I think you saw a lot of them said new next to them, some of those options. So we've been trying to add as many digital options as possible to help with the transition. With our textbooks, they come in all types of versions, platform use. Ebooks, of course, are real popular. The Apple Book, they have lots of widgets inside. There's embedded videos within those books, but we are also the only publisher that offers PDF files for the textbooks. And, it's static. You don't get the links added in there with them, but something that, you can look at on a screen, and it's something that's a little cheaper to get out to the group. So I mean, we're resource people trying to contribute that way. Parish wise, as far as youth ministry and stuff, I really haven't heard much at all. This is like kind of my first connection with your group that's doing a lot of that type of work. And then within the parish youth ministry element, it's, the catechetical component of youth ministry. That's kind of where we could help serve you.
Great. Other questions?
get out of this share screen so I can see you guys more.
And when asking a question, if you could unmute yourself or use the chat. And like I mentioned, I have used Ave Maria with my own kids when they were teens, and they really, really enjoyed it.
Good to hear.
Both at the Catholic high school, they were using that text, and we're running through it as parents and child at home as well. I find their resources very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, again, just check out those resources. Take some time to look through them. You can do it today as well, because they're still there in the old format. Tomorrow the format will change a little bit, but yeah, they're out there to use, including that blog. There's like 700 or so activities just waiting to be used.
Maybe you check it today and then check it tomorrow to see the differences.
It'll look a little different. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw a preview of it today. It does look a little different.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, Michael, we thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us, and so that we can move forward with our planning. This is being recorded, so some of the parish catechetical leaders couldn't be on, and some of the youth ministers. So this is recorded. It'll be on our website, be on our YouTube channel, cool, so that they can take a look at this too as a viable option.
Well, thanks for inviting me to share some of our stuff. So best of luck to all of you.
Thank you.
Different world.
Thank you.
Take care. Yeah.
Okay. God bless.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. I'm going to end the meeting for everyone.
Okay.
So see you all tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.